We're the brothers of the Great Millstone, branch here in Chicago. And first and foremost, we want to give all praises, all honor, and glory unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
Double honors to the apostles, double honors to the elder bishops. Salutations to all our fellow laborers that are doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so. To the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, among the heathens that look like the heathens, and to the Akwaf that are listening and learning, we say shalom. You guys go ahead, brother.
I got one. This is Proverbs 29:12. If a ruler hearken to lies, all his servants are wicked. So that's where we at right now, this present time. All our rulers have been doing nothing but lies, foolishness, wickedness, you name it. The pandemic, all this shit is destructive devices. And they've been looking for us and trying to take us out at every chance they get. They listen to lies, they forge of lies. This is what they've been doing. We've been preaching and prophesying the downfall of this kingdom, and nobody wants to hearken unto the prophets. But now they're seeing it for their very selves. All the evidence is coming out. The pandemic was some bullshit. Everything they said was some bullshit. And this is where we at now. The rulers is full of lies and all their servants are liars. And this is what we dealing with.
That's why
Scriptures to back you up.
that's why you got our people in the condition they're in, because of the people that are ruling over them. All this Italian Sirach, all this stemmed down from the ruler of our people, man. They want our people to stay in black culture, right? When black culture was a created construct by the so-called white man. So our people are destroyed because of the rulers that are oppressing them, man, spiritually, more than carnally,
Right.
you know?
Time. Bring out those two scriptures about this shot. Back up both their points, actually.
This is Habakkuk 1. I'm going to start at the top. The burden which Habakkuk the prophet did see. O Lord Yahweh, how long shall I cry, and thou wilt not hear? Even cry out unto thee of violence, and thou wilt not save. Why dost thou show me iniquity, and cause me to behold grievance? For spoiling and violence are before me. And there are that rise up strife and contention. Is the point. Therefore the law is slack, and judgment doth never go forth. For the wicked doth compass about the righteous, therefore wrong judgment proceeded.
Yeah. So the judgment of these wicked people is continuing in the hands of them of all these wicked elites. Whatever they say is what they're doing. Bottom line, they're in control of this shit. So the righteousness is never going to be upheld. This is what they've been doing. You know what I mean? You got the wicked elites dictating to everybody, and they dictate on down. I'm telling you right now that the bullshit just happened with fucking Kanye West. If he's speaking the truth about who we are, they shut him all the way down, but everybody else can be everything they want. So somebody at the top said, shut that shit down, and everybody follows suit. So the righteousness is never going to prevail in this wicked kingdom.
That's right.
God, this Isaiah chapter 29, verse 15. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from Yahweh, and their works are in the dark, and they say, who seeth us, and who knoweth us?
Right, so they try to hide their decisions behind something, hate, you know, and crying anti-Shem. Right? They come with the anti-Shemitic. You know, you notice I said Shem. Because there's no such thing as Shem, that's some made up shit. But they hide, you know, it's the moment you bring receipts, you know, you look and you know, when I buy something in the store, I don't care how small it is, I always keep my receipt. All right? So when I walk out the door, I got the receipt of my purchase. All right? In the event that anything is to happen, I can turn around and slap them in the face with the receipt. And then remind them that you will be seeing my Lord. All right? But the point is every time we come with historical receipts, they ignore the evidence presented by closing up their ears and screaming anti-Sem. All right? That's their backdrop. That's their backup to protect themselves from the truth ever coming out, or to deal with facts and figures, to deal with evidences. They don't want to see the evidences. You know, and with that thing that went on with Kanye West, I cannot help but think of my court case, because it's the same shit. I have a lawsuit that's been sitting in the judge's pew for over 3 years now. Because why? Because I have the receipts to prove the wrong that was done. So instead of the judge judging on the matter, it just sits there. You go and look it up, it's an open case. So I'm like, well, goddamn, how long? What happened to your right to an expedient expedient, your day in court. I forget how it's worded. You're supposed to get that.
Right to a speedy trial.
Exactly, you're supposed to have a right to a speedy trial. But see, that's the last thing they wanted to go to trial. You go to trial, they lose. And why is it? Because I have the evidences to prove that I was right and they're wrong. I have the evidences to prove of their wrongdoing. The same thing we do with the scriptures. All of a sudden, Salaki, the spirit jumped on me. I wasn't even going to say that, man. But it's like the word and the concept black was something that they created. They've imprinted it into the Bible. But it's really just a description of someone is dark because no one's skin is actually black. But here's the crazy thing about it. Somebody get Job 30 and 30. And what's the other one? Solomon?
Songs of Solomon.
Is it 1 and 5? Get those two real quick for example.
This is the book of Job, chapter 30, verse 30. It reads, my skin is black upon me.
Perfect. My skin is black upon me. Give me Jeremiah 14 and 2 as well. Now it said my skin is black upon me. All right, now let's get an account of what the Jews look like physically according to the Bible.
It's Jeremiah 14 and 2. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are black unto the ground.
Read that Jeremiah again.
Jeremiah 14.
30,
No, I mean
like
the
Job 30 and 30 says, my skin is black upon me.
Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are black unto the ground.
One more time.
My skin is black upon me.
Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish, and they are black unto the ground.
There are solid receipts and records of the physical attributes of the tribe of Judah. Yet, when you, all of a sudden, they're the one that created this whole black concept. My coat is black. Nobody's skin is this color.
Yes.
All right? Now, all of a sudden, when you read the Bible, it don't mean that. They made all this emphasis on color. They made all this emphasis on color, which we don't. All right? Some of them, Israelite groups out there is carnal and don't get the spirit. All right? But they make all this emphasis on color, and then all of a sudden, when you read the Bible, when it's pertaining to the Jews, black don't mean black no more.
It's a mind state. It's a mind. It's a haunting.
It's like what? Well, it was another one I caught for Solomon.
I got it. This Songs of Solomon 1 and 5. It says, I am black, but calmly, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon. Look not upon me because I am black, because the sun have looked upon me. Hey, now when the sun look upon the Edomite, they get red.
Yep.
It says, my children, my mother, and now you go into prophecy. It says, my mother's children are angry with me, going to Esau. It said, they made me the keeper of their vineyards, but my own vineyard have I not kept. And that's parabolic. Because King Solomon didn't go into slavery for Esau or his mother's children. He was the king of Israel. But he said, I am black but common. Just like when you used to get that nigger woman juice, that Keisha juice, dark and lovely. Dark and lovely. And you got old black bitch on the front of it with some curly hair because she just got activated. But that's exactly that bullshit. That's a damn lie. I heard that bullshit all the way up here. But I could have buried a mustard in a cherry. But yeah. Exactly. But that's straight out the Bible. That dark and lovely is straight out the Bible, man.
Well, it used to be dark and lovely.
Right.
Isaiah 3 kicked in. It ain't that no more.
Let's go.
Go ahead, brother. I'm actually looking for the definition of cognitive dissonance. That's what they have when it comes to, they have cognitive dissonance when it comes to the receipts and the evidences that are taller than the Sears Tower, man. Evidences that proves that, the physical appearance of the Israelites in the ancient world. All right, during the time of the Lord, before the time of the Lord, and after the time of the Lord, up into the dark. Yeah, go ahead and read it, but I had one that was crucial. I was trying to find it, brother. Go ahead.
This is cognitive dissonance. Now, the psychological tension that occurs when one holds mutually exclusive beliefs or attitudes, and that often motivates people to modify their thoughts or behaviors in order to reduce the tension. in short, basically, if it doesn't fit their narrative, they got a problem with it. That's not how it goes because it's not how they thought. It's not how they felt.
Right. It said that they cognitively reduce the tension. So that's saying that they block those things out so that their mind is at ease, you know?
They don't want to face the fact.
Say sweet things and don't give us the truth, you know?
Yeah, here's it. I found it. This was by Franz Fanon. All right? And it says, cognitive dissonance. Sometimes people hold a core belief that is very strong. When they are presented with evidence that works against that belief, like when we cut a Muslim, we show them in their own book where it says that the Israelites is a preeminent race, and that Jacob is to go follow their power, and everyone is for that matter. All right, and then they have a, you know, and it's like that's in my own book, you know, but still, yeah.
Man, I just want to talk, man. Let's talk, brother.
But it says right,
Nigga, can we read?
cognitive dissonance. Sometimes people hold a core belief that is very strong. When they are presented with evidence that works against that belief, that new evidence cannot be accepted. It would create a feeling that is extremely uncomfortable, called cognitive dissonance.
After this definition,
God damn.
you gotta read the definition.
All right. It says, yeah, we gonna read that too. They gotta go into the evidence for me.
That's
All right,
the receipts.
and it says, and because it's so important to protect the core belief, they will rationalize, ignore, and even deny anything that doesn't fit with that core belief.
Yep.
Franz Fanon, black skin, white mask. So basically, the truth hurts so bad, and it makes them so uncomfortable that it's easier for them to just roll with the lie, man. My stepson went to Mount Carmel. All right, when he was in his sophomore year, he was constantly fucking up. He got kicked out of there and had to go to public school his senior year. But in his sophomore year, he was in one of the religious classes, and there with all these Irish kids, all these white kids. All right, you know, and they going into the images of the Lord. I mean, talking about the Lord, and he blurts out to the padre teaching the class, "Hey, but isn't the Lord black?" And you know what the padre said in front of all these Irish students? He said, "We know that he's black," and I wasn't there, but he told me to look on the faces of all these right, because he acknowledged it. And he said, but then why is that image up there of him not being that way? And he simply said, well, we keep that image because we didn't want to make people uncomfortable. So what that means is something that I've said for a very long time. With the pure Edomite, no one else's humanity matters except their own. They really don't care about anyone else's humanity. So, cognitive dissonance. Because I'm gonna tell you now, had they put the proper images up, or images that were like what is written, first John 5 and 10. If they had put up images like what is written, Christianity never would have worked. All right. So in the benefit, so trying to look from it, you know, from an Edomite's eyes, you got to put yourself, just like it says in that, who is Esau Edom book? He said he had to look at it from an Edomite eyes. You would have lied too. How else would you go control the world and control the people? But like Lahab said, you know, last week at the live show, man, you know, probably one of the most profound things a brother ever said. He said something that I've been using all week, man. And it's a very powerful statement. And the brother said that every lie has an expiration date. And there's nothing more true than that. Bring out them scripts. You can bring out that definition, that scripture.
1 John 5 and 1 John 5 and 10. He that believeth on the Son of the Most High hath the witness in himself.
Right, so believing in the Lord is your witness. what's written in the Bible. And I'm waiting to see if this little Levite I know that grew up with my stepson, if he gonna show up to camp, right? Because he, you know,
coming this week.
well, he was supposed to. He didn't show up to Rallies camp. I gave him that one, and I told him about here. So we gonna see if he shows up.
This brother from DC.
Because he caught a shuttle
He
one,
popped
brother.
up. He from DC. He came up.
And I'm gonna probably read the text back and forth that we had. I mean, that he sent me about dealing with his family, how they don't want to accept what's in the Bible. And I gave him this scripture. But go ahead and finish it, brother.
He that believeth not on the Most High has made him a liar, because he believeth not the record that the Most High gave of his Son.
So the Lord gave you records, and he gave you records of him, his people, and himself. His records of the Father. So the Bible describes what the Israelites looked like in the ancient world. It describes what the angels and the Most High and the Son look like in heaven right now. All right? Because you can't go by the description of the Israelites now for all of them, because we've been scattered among all people. All right? Which is a concept, which is a truth, not a concept, which is a truth that a lot of people just that know that they're Israelites refuse to acknowledge.
Consonant.
They cognitive dissonance. All right? They'll accept the dude, you know, just because he's dark flesh, just because he got melanin. Right? But
That's
the
a
dude
gene.
come up pale, or he can't be no Israelite. All right? Even though you brothers remember Yawadan that was in my son's camp?
Yeah, I remember.
All right? Yawadan.
Oh, yeah.
Yawadan
Yeah.
looked like a straight up white kid, man.
Yeah.
Point
I
blank,
remember.
period. But his father was as dark as you.
And his lessons was decent.
And
too.
yeah.
His lessons was
That
good.
brother's struggling. He locked up right now, so you know. So I'm hoping,
brother.
you know, I pray for him. I talked to him not, you know, a couple months back. You know, but he battling. He still believes. So you know, Yahweh Ratisai, he pulled through on that bullshit. But it's hard for Jake in this society, man. You know, it's hard. But he was a perfect example. All right, that everybody not gonna look like you know how we always use
Shaft.
yeah, like exactly, like
Richard Roundtree.
Richard Roundtree,
Black as
Wesley
fuck.
Snipes.
Murph.
All right, look like Murph, man. Every Israelite not gonna look like that, man. All right,
Even brothers in
we've
the truth.
been scattered among all people. I don't understand how hard that is to understand.
It's so easy.
It says
it's easy as fuck.
it says he's been scattered among all people,
Right.
and then he's gonna draw them from out of all those people. How difficult that shit blows me, man.
This
But-
man been around the world.
but
He
the
know
pro-
the first thing I was gonna say. You know the first thing Jake think about is sex, man.
Of course,
Like what the fuck y'all think we was over there doing, man? This shit is so stupid,
yeah.
man.
I'm gonna tell you right
Sit
now,
out
man.
here, Elder.
You touch down to Thailand, it's going down. You touch down to Japan, it's going down. You touch down to Switzerland, it's going down. You a Jake from America. All right, you can look like the bottom of a shoe with shit on it. You gonna still get some ass. All right, all right, and you happen to be decent looking, you gonna get even more ass. If you're a
Right.
pretty boy, you gonna get more ass than you can handle.
If you on swole,
All right, if you want swole, you get all the ass. I promise you. All right,
this
we
shit
ain't gonna
real.
talk about that much more. All right, but hey, where we at?
Got that verse.
Yeah, bring that out, brother. Come.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 13, verse 1 in the New Living Translation.
Going back to the records. All right,
To the record, right?
right, receipts.
Right. It says, among the prophets and teachers of the church at Antioch of Syria
Right.
were Barnabas, Simeon, called the Black Man.
Oh,
What do you think the gangbanging niggas in Chicago that started the Black Disciples got it from? They got it right out of the Bible. The matter of
Most
fact,
definitely.
the first dude right that's with the BDs. It literally came out the scriptures. All right, and it just so happened. What was the dude that what is his
David
name?
Barnsdale.
David Barnsdale.
Yep,
He happened to
Barnsdale.
be the first leader, and they made him King David. All right, they had a
6-point stop.
yeah, exactly. And then and so even though it was wicked as hell, they actually understood that. All right? They understood that it's simple, man. All right? Because all the disciples were so-called, except for maybe we don't know what Timothy looked like. He had been scattered among the Romans, living among the Romans. All right? But the core of them, he's telling you what they look like.
Yep.
All right? Now, once again, I really hate that word black almost as much as I hate that word Jew, because it creates a lot of confusion.
Big confusion.
All right? But they were melanated men. All right? And they were Judites, not Jewish. Okay? That Jewish term is something that was actually created around the 18th century. Right? When they actually started using that term. Early 18th century. Late 17th century at the most. Remember, the letter J was created in the mid 15th century. It didn't really start getting written into to books and things until the 16th century. All right? Because when you go to the 1611 King James, there's no letter J's in it. All right? Yet it's called the King James, but there's no letter J. Duh. All right? So that means that they're using modern day terms to describe ancient things. Same way they use the Renaissance. They use Renaissance art to try to label things that happened 2,000 years before.
They on that pill in the motherfucker.
Exactly.
And what the hell?
The little gay ass thing in the church, they touching fingers.
Yeah, why are you
That
doing
shit.
that?
Right.
Why would the Most High? Why would the Most High be butt naked and have Adam
And his son butt naked.
touching each other's fingers, man?
You know? Then they completely blaspheme our king, man. They got King David standing up there, a grown
That's the
man's
most
body
wickedest one,
with
man.
a baby's penis.
With
Talking about
a
this
towel over his
this
shoulder.
This to David. Not a towel around
Why
his...
would he come his rod?
Right.
Why would he come his rod?
Straight Greekish fashion.
Niggas
Right,
like
when you
this,
read the
little ass
scriptures,
feet.
when you like I said, Meek didn't grow up with the rest of them. Right, he a grown man. His wing is still a child, a small child. Exactly, man. Right,
That's
he's
wicked.
still a toddler in the midsection. What the fuck?
And Apostle Elder Ramline brought it out. He said, you know, the Catholic Church are pedos because, and Elder Malcolm just said it. The Bible clearly tells you how the holy angels look. The Apostle Elder Ramline had broken down years ago. He said, why you got an angel that's butt naked and a baby with his rod out? That's wicked as hell, man.
It is.
You think Daniel and all them holy mighty men, John on the Isle of Patmos, they bowed down when they seen these great holy creatures. Joshua, when they
Who
went
gonna bow down to a naked ass baby?
Man, if you don't get, you let them squirt, where your fucking, where your loincloth at, man?
Exactly.
Get the fuck out of here. What's wrong with you? These dudes, Joshua and all these dudes, he's slaying all these big mighty ass Philistines, man. Then, you know, whether it was the Lord popping up in angelic form or an angel popping up, you bowing down, you ain't finna be mighty as fuck just bowing down so some little baby got a little rod floating around, a little bow and arrow. What's going on, man?
That's why I tell you in Psalms that they always consult to cast us down from our excellency. So they'll make us look weak throughout time. Right? They'll use those little sculptures and make our rods small because they want to consult us down from the excellency that we already have naturally, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why they're hiding our culture, they're hiding our nationality from us because it's a whole council. Psalms 83rd chapter, man.
Bring it out.
You know?
Now that you
I was gonna say, the scriptures tell you the angels were terrible to look upon, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Great and terrible.
They were
You know
terrible.
what Samson's mother said? Did she say that when that
It was
Samson's
his
mother?
father. His mother, the mother said if he was gonna kill us, because the father like, man, he gonna kill us.
Right,
And she
right.
said he wouldn't have showed us all this if he was gonna do that.
Yeah, well, I
But
know an
that was
angel.
their
I haven't read that in a while, but an angel appeared.
No, you on point.
Said it was great and terrible.
And he jumped right in the fire. And then the father was like, man, I think he's coming to kill us. And that's how you know. That's why the Spirit say the Spirit of the Lord, the scripture say the Spirit of the Lord is a consuming fire. Because he jumped right in the fire. And the father was like, he's coming to kill us. And she said, no, I don't think it's that. And then he would have killed the shit. But they was scared. You know, fruity ass Cupid pop up.
Go ahead, Ramaki, go ahead and read it, brother.
Damn demon.
Cute. It's crazy.
Psalms 83:1, it says, a song or psalm of Asaph, keep not thou silence, O power, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones, man. You know, so this whole society we're in, it's a whole council against us.
That's right.
That's why we're in the position we're in. It's because of our sin, of course, but then it tell you the scriptures that they lick the wounds of the Lord punishing us, man. All right, they take advantage of it, man. This is why you have all the different types of shops that are not owned by the people that they're in the neighborhoods of.
God.
This is all a counsel against our people, and now we're waking up to it because the Lord's pouring His Spirit back upon us, man. You know, y'all got it.
Yeah, and Esau constantly, you know, he's the only group of people on the earth that I know of, I've ever experienced, that will rig a race for him to win and then gloat about winning.
Yep.
He got a big ass trophy.
Yeah, he got a big ass trophy. He proud as hell. All right, even though he cheated,
Cut
and he knows that everybody else knows that he cheated, but he don't care. He's still wearing that gold medal. Right. You know.
Fucking
Go ahead, bring it out,
This is
brother.
to bag the brother up. This is Daniel 8:25. And through his policy also shall he cause craft to prosper in his hands.
There it is.
And he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand.
Right.
So his policy, he's been doing this shit forever. He's rewritten history 8 million times. All of the Hebrew Israelites have been made to be somebody else. All the Edomites. That's what his policy has done. He's a master pen maker.
Right.
Exactly.
So he created he created a word which he can identify himself with only. All right. The word JEU. All right. Then he created a word to protect that where you can't speak about it.
Right.
Anti-sim.
Right.
All right. So that's a crafty plot, man.
Right.
Because you got all these people on the earth. All right, that are all there with all there in creation that are still here. Does that the scripture say there's no end to the people?
Yeah, I got that. That's 4:16.
But
I got that.
for some reason, no one else on the planet has a biblical identity except them. Even though the word that they choose to identify with that biblical identity, they made up. But still, no one else has a biblical identity, only them. Everybody else is just people. All right? They're not identifying Elohim. They're no one.
It's all one people. We're one people.
You know?
Coexist.
And that's some crafty shit, man.
Very crafty. You got something?
Yeah, I got it. This is the back elder up. This is Ecclesiastes 4:16. There's no end of all the people, even all the people before them. They also that come after shall not rejoice in his surety. There's also its vanity and vexation of spirit. So like the elder was just saying, the Hebrew Israelites, Israel has always been around. They have never went extinct. Esau, Edom have never went extinct. The same people in the old Bible days are the people that's here today.
That's right.
The only thing that's changed was Esau trying to write itself into our heritage.
Well, he came with that pseudoscience. All right? You know, hold that. Keep that. Get was it Lamentations 5 and 2? And somebody pull up the name Johann Blumenbach. All right? You have this Edomite devil named Johann Blumenbach. All right? And what he did was he created these pseudoscience names, you know, and I think he's the one behind the Negro, Mongoloid, and Caucasoid. And then you had another devil come along. What's his name? The psychiatrist, Freud. Sigmund Freud, right. And what they did was they intermarried these newly developed scientific concepts to the Bible. And they made this new form of humanity that they gave a title, Negroid, Caucasoid, and Mongoloid, and they made that Ham, Shem, and Japheth, which was a complete lie, because Ham, Shem, and Japheth all looked alike. Right?
You remember that was
They
the
were
Birdman
all
problem.
they were all dark.
That scoffer?
Yeah,
Remember,
yeah.
he used that so-called scientist, so-called.
That's how you know that Christianity, they're lost, because
They done, bro.
Christianity, they use
Done.
pseudoscience in their doctrine and don't even know it, man. Right? Because you will often hear a Christian talk about Negroid, Caucasoid, and Mongoloid, talk about the Bering Strait. That's how you know that they don't believe in the
He
Bible.
said that. That's what he tried to confront me on the train about you. I said, listen. I said, nigga, you know what? Watch this. I walked around there and said, he said, yeah, your elder tried to. I said, you got cut, nigga. You got. And he was with his woman, so I didn't want to beat his ass because he's still in jail. I'm gonna beat his ass. I said, nigga, you know what? You came to the cabin, you got cut with that stupid shit, and he had the bird on his head while he was talking. He still had it on there, but he was trying to rebuke me about you cutting him about that shit. And he had the books with him. I said, nigga, you know what? I just smiled with that. He said, you don't want to. He said, because y'all niggas cut. I said, you right. You right. He came out with that Negroid, Mongoloid. He was, wasn't he holding on to it?
So
Tooth and
how
nail.
you gonna? So you holding on to 2 Timothy 2? I mean 6 and 20. Somebody grab it real quick.
That nigga was really fighting tooth and nail for that shit. And the wickedest part about it,
Con.
you know that nigga was wicked because he knew that he himself was an Israelite, but he believed in Christianity and that bullshit. But
So that's a confused individual.
these niggas a nut, man.
He believed not the record, but
Exactly.
You got that 6 and 20. 1 Timothy.
And your elder knew he was cut. I said, nigga, sleep. You got a bird on your head.
I got it. It's 1 Timothy 6 and 20. O Timothy, keep that which is commanded to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babbling and oppositions of science falsely so called.
Right. So Timothy warned us that they would try to use false science to try to get around the word of God or change or add to the word of God. And that's exactly what they did.
Oh, yes.
All right. Get that lamentation. And they use their pseudoscience to one of the tools that they use to help commandeer our heritage from us. Right. That's what I learned in the Marine Corps. The Marines don't steal. We commandeer. All right. So you're right. You need to go commandeer that. Right. You need to go commandeer this and commandeer that. He said, "Steal it, sir." Hey, Marines don't steal, son. We commandeer.
I got to use that one.
I'm like, okay, all right. I'm gonna go commandeer this shit from 1st Platoon. All right, 1st Platoon looking for their shit. It's been commandeered. Go ahead.
Lamentations chapter 5 verse 2. Our inheritance is turned to strangers, our houses to aliens.
Right, so Esau Edom commandeered our heritage, man. All right, real gangster-like.
I got another one.
You know, it says, "Set them not by thee," because Esau hug you, take pictures with
What's
you.
going on, buddy?
Right.
A demon on his face. What's
Right.
going on?
And when he wait for the opportunity to stick that knife between your 5th rib from the back.
Yeah.
Like, if I got to get a quick one. This is Isaiah 63 and 18. The people of thy holiness have possessed it but a little while. Our adversaries have trodden down thy sanctuary.
Damn, there it is,
You know?
man.
So the heathen, all right, Esau Edom came and took our land, man. They called themselves, all right, our heritage. They oppress them in their heritage.
Yeah, it's like
I'm holding.
Come on, bring it out, brother.
Go ahead, Warren G.
This-
Let you get your
This
side.
is, I'm just trying to. It's Jeremiah 17 and 4.
You got that deep
And
voice.
thou even thyself shall discontinue
Jeremiah.
from that. So,
That's Jeremiah?
yeah,
I was going to say.
yeah, scoff me, but I'm
No,
old.
I got the precept to it. You go first. You got it. You got it.
I love my elders, but I'm gonna give them the preeminence, baby. You know the way.
You got it,
It's
man.
Jeremiah 17 and 4, and thou even thyself shall discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee.
Right, but then you got Jewish people running around, Sarah Silverman, Michael Rappaport, running around talking about they got paperwork that goes back, 2,000 years that they're levying. All right? Well, that goes completely and totally against prophecy, against scripture and history. All right? Because how you get scattered to the four corners of the earth among all people, but those people allowed you to keep your records though. They got a whole box. You in slavery, getting beat on the back,
Oh, I know my
working in the fields and everything.
Nigga, you can't read.
But they letting you know, hey, we still got this box with all your shit in it. Right?
But they done took your daughter,
Right, we got your records. Exactly.
your everything. We got-
You ain't seen your brother, your sister got sold that way, your brother got sold that way.
Whipping your ass
All
every
right?
day.
That's what he said on Roots. He said you wanted the Warriors after, because when they took the other one and the Warriors took him, he said you want to follow him. He said you can't follow no footsteps on that water. They gone. They gone.
Yeah, you
They're
can't track
gone.
them. Right, you can't track them on the water, right?
He said there's no point. All the Warriors ran to the water. He said it's no point. They're gone. This is Micah 2 and 1. Going back to what the elder said about this bitch Silverman and that other clown. It's Micah 2 and 1. Woe unto them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of thy hand. Because it ain't in the power of no Negro, no Latino, no Native American. We could barely open up a goddamn corner store in the neighborhood, man. You think we have the power to do this, man? Nobody else on the planet of the earth put itself up as God, but in the Israelites, but the so-called white man, the self-proclaimed white man. Hold on, I got one more. It said, and they covet fields. They commandeer, I guess.
They commandeer violently.
And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage.
They'll take your heritage, man. Your house. They'll take your whole house and take your heritage. And then say that they you. And they've done it. I mean, when they removed the brown-skinned Japhetic people out of Greece, all right, they started calling themselves Greeks. All right? When they removed the brown-skinned people out of Rome, out of different parts of Italy, they started calling themselves Romans. Italians.
Italianos.
All right? They went to Australia, now they're Australians.
Boy,
You know, they matter of fact, they damn is there anybody left alive from the different Japhetic tribes in Tasmania? Didn't they completely wipe the whole island out?
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
They the last samurai.
Yeah, right. So they went. Then they went to South Africa. Now they South Africans.
Right.
They went to America. Now they're Americans.
Egyptians.
Right. They became Egyptians and everything. So this is what they do, man. Go ahead, brother.
It's Psalm 55, verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His word was smoother than oil, yet with their drawn swords. And that's what he did. That's his MO. He come over there, talk to you. Hey, right behind his back, right behind your back, he's plotting on you, man. He come taking everything you got.
Yeah, he'll sit down and let you get drunk, introduce you to fire water, right? And you never had it. What do you think strong drink gonna do to a warrior who's never had it? Right? And as soon as he's not right, that's when you attack.
With guns.
Right? Swords, weapons, knives, whatever. But you wait until they did. Hey, that's what they did to John Hyrcanus' people.
The spirit, now you seen it?
Yeah, I saw it, brother.
He happy as hell. That he might plotting all type of
Jeffrey
Jeffrey
Dahmer.
Dahmer. You can't make this shit up. He acting like his friend and that, bro. He's sad. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, we're gonna go play Xbox.
God knows.
Yeah. Are you thirsty?
Hey, you know the old creep on Family
He's
Guy?
grabbing his hand.
No, that's the young version of that old creep.
Got him now.
He said, you always give me the cookie with the peel in the middle.
Damn.
Fuck.
Damn.
His hand. What you say in the hand?
Right, after you give him some right. You thirsty?
Fuck.
He do the hand check.
Hey, man, that's the spirit. The spirit never fails, man. That's Jake and his fucking enemy, man. And he happy as hell. He finally got a buddy he can play Xbox with. Man, that nigga finna
Nah,
Jeffrey
them
Dahmer his
niggas
ass.
nerds. They playing them computer games.
They play Fortnite.
Damn. Them strategic missile commander
Right.
games and shit. Right? Dungeons and Dragons and shit. But yeah, man.
Dungeons and Final
They,
Fantasy.
right. They straight jacked our heritage, man. And then so going back to that whole thing about these people talking about they have records, man. Well, that's a lie. And then and on top of that, they created this whole scheme, of colors, right? Black, brown, yellow, white. Those are all social constructs that were made up, man, by this guy. You got him, Johann Blumenbach.
I got it right.
Blockhead.
This is in the Wikipedia for Johann Friedrich Blumenbach. It says Johann Friedrich Blumenbach, 1752-22, was a German physician, naturalist, sociologist, and anthropologist. He is considered to be a main founder of zoology and anthropology as comparative scientific disciplines. He also was important as a race theorist.
See, he created the concept of race theory, the race theory, not right. And now all of a sudden they got a problem with race theory
Because it's critical,
right?
Nah, it's
and so no, and it is not theory; it's actual history. Right. It's critical race history, not theory. All right. So he's the one that's responsible for this whole, you know, Negroid, Caucasoid, and Mongoloid, right? And then they attach white to that. We all know when that came about. At this point, everybody should know, right? And where? So where were white people first called? Where was that term first used? Anybody? No. Where was the term white first used? What place?
Oh yeah, good question.
What place? Where was it first done?
Virginia?
That's right, brother. What year?
1681. 1861?
1681. 1681 is when the first time it appeared in documentation, in paperwork, ever.
Yeah. Invention of white.
And then it pretty much spread to the whole world because the British back in Britain started using it too. And so now it's a worldwide thing.
White cake.
Because prior to that, people coming from that part of the world were not referred to as white. They were referred to as Germans or Scots or wherever they came from. There was no such thing as white people. And they did that after a rebellion. It was called Bacon's Rebellion. And what you had prior to that you had Negroes, so-called, right? Native Americans, so-called, Chinese, so-called, and you have white men, so-called. All indigenous servants and in slavery and working together, all right, getting misused by the white elites, all right, and they got together and it was a rebellion against the elites. So the elites decided they needed to break this shit up, right? Because there was something else that happened in 1683 in Virginia. In 1683, 2 years later, they declared that Negroes and natives were the same, but they already were the same. Right? Then shortly after that, a lot of natives got reclassified as Negroes. Right? Because a lot of them, there was a lot of intermingling. So you'll hear a lot of Jakes say, well, you know, I was told I got my grandmother, we got Indian in our family. You'll be amazed how true that is, man.
Right.
A huge majority of Negroes walking around America actually do have Gadite blood in them. And a lot of people think they are Negroes, they really Gad, man. And if you're really spiritual, you can kind of pick them out.
They be some of the most pro-black motherfuckers. Oh my God,
But
they be so
you
pro-black.
can pick them out. They got a look, and they got a spirit to them that's different from Judas, man. All right?
Hey, Elder.
Yes, sir.
I had a little bit more on Blumenbach.
Go ahead, brother.
So this on that same Wikipedia page.
When you hold the scripture, one of y'all is holding the scripture. As soon as he's done with that.
Okay. This on that same Wikipedia page, it says he was one of the first to explore the study of the human being as an aspect of natural history. His teaching and comparative anatomy were applied to his classifications of human races, of which he claimed there were 5: Caucasian, Mongolian, Malayan, Ethiopian, and American. So,
You know why he did that Ethiopian thing? Because he tried to separate them from the other Negroes. All right, he tried to make it a different class because he was trying to say that some of the Ethiopians even, and that's crazy, because that's where they get the Hamitic theory from, and that's what a lot of brothers don't realize. That's what they were trying to do when they came out, when they made their definition, the difference between Ham and the Negroes. All right, because the Hamitic theory was trying to say that even though these people, because they didn't want to acknowledge that dark people have built up all that shit in Egypt and different parts of Northern Africa. They didn't want to acknowledge that the Babylonians, who were Hamites, had built up, had functional societies with buildings and shit like that. So that's what he was trying to do. He was trying to give an excuse as to they're different from these other Africans. All right, that's what he was really trying to do. But once again, you can do nothing against the truth, only for it. So that definition backfired on him. But that's what that definition really goes back to. Them trying to make the difference, which we already knew there was a difference between. But he didn't want to say Ham and the Israelites, he said Ham and the Negroes. But then you got all these other definitions that identify the Negroes as being Israelites. So it all backfired anyway, man. It all failed, man. Right? So there it is.
Lies gotta expire.
He created all those different classes of people, and the three that stuck out and that are still around today is the whole Negroid, Caucasoid, and Mongoloid, which Christianity attached to Ham, Shem, and Japheth. All right, So basically what they're trying to say, that Shem and Japheth were both white people. And that Ham, now all dark people come from Ham. That's which is bullshit.
This is about Ham. It says Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood.
Read the source, brother.
This is createspace.com. But this is about the
that sounds like the Zonovan.
Yeah.
Zonovan breakdown.
Pictorial
Yeah, that's the Zonovan.
Zonovan Compact Bible Dictionary. All right. 96 years before the flood, and one of 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negro.
Right. So they would use that to say, see, these Negroes couldn't build pyramids and do all this. These people did, and they were trying. And then they let the Ethiopians into Israel. You see.
Right. But
and Ethiopians are Hamites, man.
But ain't shit prolific came out of Ethiopia or Africa since we fucking left, man.
Exactly.
Nothing.
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 Matter of fact, we left and they couldn't. They wouldn't, because because they was the man, homie.
Right.
As soon as we left, they ain't been shit since.
Right.
All right. Matter of fact, the evidence of that is that Egypt right now is full of Hamites, Edomites, and Arab mixes.
Arabs, yeah.
All right.
And they still ain't made
It ain't
shit.
right. The Hamites
digging up our
aren't
shit
right.
trying to
You
figure out.
got mainly Ishmael and Esau. You got Ishmael and Esau all up in Egypt today.
Right.
For the most part, man. There's very few Hamites left there.
Oh,
There's still a few, but not many.
And I don't see not one of them motherfuckers wearing an Ankh.
No.
Not one. Not one, man.
But you niggas do.
But you niggas in fucking Bronzeville.
Yep.
You on 35th with that ass Ankh on. Right. Black woman got a tattoo of the Ankh on her
You got
ass.
two
got a
niggas
face.
for
You niggas
Uncle.
wild, man.
Both of them wearing unks and they sticking each other up.
We supposed to be brothers.
Right.
Go fast, niggas, man.
Right.
And look, and it says he became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes, but the Egyptians, the Ethiopians, the Libyans, and the Canaanites.
Right.
See?
So now, go see if you can find the Young's Dictionary Bible definition of Ham while you in there. All right, see if it'll come up. Because that Young's goes even harder than the Zonovan does.
So it's a 1975 Israelite.
Can I get one?
Go ahead, brother. You got a scripture. Bring it up while you hunting for it.
This Exodus 11:7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that ye may know how that Yahweh doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
Right. There's a difference between us, man. What was similar about them is that they were both melanated with woolly hair. Other than that, there was really nothing, you know.
Ooking and booking, man.
Exactly.
They wasn't hitting the percolator.
You know, and I will admit, hey, and them Ethiopian women, they fine as hell, man.
Fine in the motherfucker.
They still got that beauty. The Negro woman, collectively,
got shit.
they've been stripped of that beauty. That curse kicked in on them. Big time, man. All right? Because I'm gonna just be honest with you. You go to an event with a room full of Negro women, maybe half of them is decent looking.
Nope, 25%.
All right?
At
Well,
best.
there it is.
I mean, Salaki.
All right,
I
but
ain't
you go
gonna try
to an
correct you, no
event.
shit.
No, you go to an event full of the heathen women. Your neck sore because you're trying to see everything.
I got to quote the brother Pataka Live now. On average, the heathen bitch just look better. They do.
In this day and age, it's true.
Go
man.
to the gym. Go right here. Go to the Riverwalk.
Right, because you'll see Jake put up videos and show you all these fine ass black women, and they turn out they're Somalians, they're
Yeah.
Ethiopians, you know, they're Nigerians,
Or Northern Kingdom.
or
with dark skin.
Northern Kingdom. Exactly, man.
You know, damn
Right?
black woman.
Unfortunately, man, that curse came to pass on the average Judite woman, man. It's true, man. And it's sad. I ain't proud of the shit. It's actually embarrassing. Right? It's hurtful, man.
Yeah.
Because and I remember how fine our women were when I was a kid, man. You know?
Hey, yo, that probably
You
shot real quick.
didn't find it? Didn't find it?
What y'all looking
Just
for?
real quick, me and a brother had went to
Then you want you to bring out whatever
like
you have.
an Indian restaurant. We went to an Indian restaurant
gotcha.
not too long ago. Long story short, we went
Hey,
in
it's
there.
one on 13th in Michigan. It's real good, by the way. Just a couple blocks away. Food good as hell. And they give you a lot of food. Like, you know, for a little bit, they give you a lot of food. But right there on 13th in Michigan. I forget the name of it. That shit is dope though.
But, we must have went in there on a day where it was like a party or something. It was like literally like 100 Indian women, and we actually was searching for an ugly one, man. We had to search for the ugly one, and out of all of them, I literally seen like 2 ugly ones, man.
This is Isaiah 3:16. Moreover, Yahweh said, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks and wanting eyes, walking in misses as they go, and making a tinkling with their feet. Therefore Yahweh will smite them with a scab, the crown of their head, the crown of their head of the daughters of Zion, and Yahweh will discover their secret parts. So Yahweh has purposely messed up Judah and Israel because of their wickedness. So, you know, he calls their head to go bald. This is a curse.
Yeah, he knew that the Judite woman would be the worst.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he warned you about it all through the scriptures, man. That she would be, you know, and it's true in this captivity, because I mean, not to say that Ephraim women weren't wicked as hell, side with the conquistadors and shit, because you know I've seen the stories read some of the stories on how the Boricuas were putting them bitches to death for trading on them and shit like that. All right. But for the most part, the Northern Kingdom women stood by their men and suffered with them. All right, and went through captivity side by side with them, stayed by their side for the most part. All right, I know a lot of them was wicked as hell too. But the Judite woman, she traded on
Immediately.
On the ship. She was giving up asshole and mouth, literally.
So immediately.
All right? To get favor. Even on this, before we even got, a lot of them got off the ships pregnant, man. Now some of them by rape, but some of them because they just willfully, so that they didn't have to sleep down there in the shit and piss with everybody else.
Immediately.
Right.
And y'all steady playing with this bitch.
And the captain and you know, and all the men of stature on the ship, they didn't want, they were popping the women, but they didn't want them down there in all the piss and shit with all the funk on them. So they kept them above deck in their cabins. You know?
Elder Malcolm, they showed you that on that movie Roots when he went. This nigga, he's a big nigga, John Amos, and shit. He went to get the bitch. He went to go get his girl, Fanta. He went to get his girl. He risked his fucking life. They cut his foot. They asked him. They said Esau grabbed, and I can't wait to get my hands on you motherfucking crackers, boy. Yahweh Ratazah.
Yeah, he made him choose between
Yes,
his dick
the
and his
my
foot.
foot and my dick. What the fuck? Now, but he did it to get the lady. And he went and finally found the bitch. He pulled her to the side. He like, all right, come on. We about to get the fuck out of here. You know, we gonna escape. We gotta get the fuck out of here. She said, no, what are you doing? She cursed him out, and he kept calling. He was like, Fanta, Fanta. She said, my name is Maggie now. What do you say? She kept screaming. I'm like, and he said, you lost our way. She said, I learned how to survive. Leave. Then they caught. And see, this you niggas gonna learn playing with that black woman, man. You bitch can't even look at me.
Yeah. There it is, man.
Come on, man. And so just blam backing off the elder on the fucking ship, man.
Hey, look. And man, if I can warn you how about Shemam Shas, that video still has to be somewhere. All right? But there was a video, and this was probably at least over 10 years ago. But there was a video that was put up by a sister, a Judite woman, put the video up. And a woman put it up, an Israelite sister, all right? And the video was about an 88-year-old Negro slave who bought his freedom when he was like in the 70s, all right? He finally got free, all right? And he learned how to read and write. And he wrote down his experiences on the ship and all his experiences while he was in slavery. So there was a record of it. And he wrote about how the women were trading on, were going against the men on the ships. They would tell when the men were trying to rebel. Would tell what men were hunters and warriors to separate them from everybody else. They would give them a whole breakdown. Right? That man over there, those men were warriors. Those men were hunters.
This a farm.
Right? So they would know who was who. She broke it all down, man. And she talked about how when he wrote down all the times that they planned on rebellion and escaping, that they would have their little secret meetings, and it would always be a woman would go back and tell Master that this is what them niggas planning, Master. And she would break it all down. All right, they said they got tools stashed in the woods under this tree, and they would tell everything, man. And she wrote it all down, and she had that video disappeared off YouTube, and I haven't seen it since.
I want to send it to Dr. Umar.
I haven't seen it since.
Yeah, I know, man.
Hey, but you know what? That's just a curse.
I used it in a lesson. They deleted the video, and the video disappeared, man.
Yeah.
You gotta send that to Dr. Umar.
No, there's no, the black woman is above correction in America, man.
Hold on, say that again.
The black woman is above correction in America, man.
Above all correction.
Above all correction.
All accountability.
Yeah, no. You can't say nothing about them. Okay, your
And
video gonna get smoked.
that's
man.
almost saying as bad as saying something about the issues.
Exactly.
What we say last night, the car, the Voltaire?
Yeah.
We did a lesson
Somebody
on
get
what you
grab
told us
that
to do a
Voltaire
lesson
quote.
to. And we
Grab that
brought this
Voltaire
out.
and then grab a woman shelter passing man.
I just told that to that black woman on the other side, man.
Grab Deuteronomy 28, her eyes shall be evil.
Go ahead, brother.
I have some scriptures. Hold on to that.
Go ahead, bring them out, brother.
Ecclesiasticus 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. And and also Ecclesiasticus 14:7. And if he doth good, he doeth unwillingly, and at the last he will declare his wickedness.
That's right, man. So even when he does something, when he realizes he's done something wrong, I give you a perfect example. Right? When he set up the bankruptcy laws, right? Chapter 7 and chapter 11. Edomites, how you think Donald Trump kept losing money and becoming a millionaire all over again? Right? They were able to, you're right, basically you were able to declare bankruptcy, but yet you were able to keep all your properties, your belongings, etc., etc. Edomites were doing that for decades. But as soon as Jake started doing it, Jake got wind of it in the late 80s and throughout the 90s. Man, by the time you got to the end of the 90s, they cut that shit out, man. They changed the laws drastically so people just can't do it like they used to. All right? They changed it when Jake started doing it. Right? It was like, oh no, you can't have them doing that too. All right? Perfect example. Go ahead, brother.
This is Deuteronomy 28. Hold on, wait. Hold on to that. Bring out that Voltaire quote. It says, Voltaire said, if you want to know who controls you, look at who you are not allowed to criticize. Right. You want to know who controls you, look at who you can't criticize. Going back to Kanye West. All right? Hey, JP Morgan froze his shit. Why? Because he spoke the truth.
President Snow.
President Snow.
What was those movies with the bird shit?
Hunger Games.
Hunger Games. Yeah. You couldn't say shit about his administration. Or them dudes in the white, the damn stormtroopers showed up. All right? Yeah, so it's the same, and it's funny, Donald Sutherland is what? Right. Even though he a dope-ass actor. But he is. He's one of my favorite actors, man. His son pretty good, too. But Donald Sutherland, he one of them small hatters, man. All right? He one of them small hatters. So you can, there's only so much you can say before they'll, oh, well, this is hate. And then you haven't insulted, you haven't said it. All you did was read some history and some scriptures. Right.
Hey, the elder Yashawama say it all the time. Why? Hey, shalom to the elder too, man.
That's right.
The elder Yashawama in Dallas say it all the time. Why the fuck ain't rap music hate?
That's right. That's right.
Niggas rap about all the time. Wicked ass shit. Putting the bean and the lean and adultery, murder.
I'm gonna peel him back, I'm gonna shoot him in his face. Right. I'm gonna wet this nigga up. With all this other bullshit, man.
This nigga Young Thug say, I shoot up the crib, I shoot up his mama, all his 6 kids. I told my niggas to cut off his dick and let him keep his head. That's okay. Badass song, but I mean, come on, man.
My garbage to me, but anyway.
Sir,
trap shit.
That's one of my favorites. Real. But that's wicked as hell. Shoot up his mama, all his 6 kids. cut off his, and then the police were making so the Lord mocking this nigga because the police playing all that shit. Them niggas on trial right now for the RICO, and there's so many murders in it, and they playing this shit.
Hey
in the
man, why didn't
courtroom.
no RICO act for all this shit that these damn cops? Why
Exactly.
didn't no RICO act for
Exactly.
Epstein? Where's the RICO for all the people on that list, man? You see
Where that
wrong,
little black book?
that wrong judgment going forth, man. You see what I'm saying?
Because niggas shoot each other every day.
Right.
They know that ain't nothing new. And that's orchestrated by the white man, giving these niggas all these money, guns, drugs.
Right.
Come on, man.
Yeah, well, you know.
But that should be hate speech.
Hey, Mike Ali used to say it all the time. The nigga in America is a creation of the white man. Right. And it really is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's his creation, man. Because prior to all the integration and all the shit he did, it wasn't no gangbanging.
Niggas, man.
You all right? It wasn't no thugging. It wasn't none of all that, man. Families were together.
Right.
He did that. All that redlining and breaking up built the dam right through the black belt, right through the neck on purpose. Purposely. Split up the black community. All right? He did it on purpose, man. The white it curves as it goes to the airport. Right?
Then you got the Martin Luther King.
MLK Drive.
Putting his little spin on shit. Let's all
Yeah,
unite.
and MLK Drive in every major city you go through always goes to a so-called black neighborhood. And so it's basically it's an unwritten sign to let you know you're now in the hood.
Right, and then you know
Right.
what? Hey, I was gonna say
O Block
something.
on King Drive.
And the fucking his name, it goes through every major metropolitan city, right? And it's always through a black fucked up neighborhood, man. That's how you know that nigga was wicked, because the scriptures say a good name is better than ointment, man.
Yep.
It's better than ointment, man. All right, hey man, your name, it means a lot, man. You know, hey, we out here for the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, the reputation of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
That's right.
So what? Hey, MLK, your reputation precedes itself, nigga.
Nigga.
All right, goof ass.
A legacy of
man,
nigga.
Man, nigga trying to get a day off for MLK. Man, fuck that nigga, man. All right. George
Soft
Foreman
ass. That
looking
nigga's
at.
a cool. He's a Luciferian. And them damn Edomites, them Rockefellers, and them other people, they gave him that bullshit, the Nobel Peace Prize. How the fuck I'm gonna sit here and receive a Peace Prize and you beating the shit out of my people in the street with bats and billy clubs, dogs,
Well,
and
then they-
fire hoses?
Then they killed him. They killed him though, because you got to think when they killed him, he had enough.
Yeah.
Because he said, I basically he admitted that he's led his people astray.
To a burning building.
And then he had that meeting with Malcolm X, and then right after that picture they took, that one picture of them together. I think Malcolm was dead. Which one died first? They both died.
Malcolm X died
They
first.
both died shortly thereafter. I think Malcolm was dead 2 or 3 weeks after that photo. Because Malcolm was like, Malcolm was on that. He was on that. No, he was going against Islam too. Esau set up Islam. That's why they put Farrakhan in. Because he realized that Islam was with them people, with the nation of Islam. Because he went over there and went to Mecca and saw this united thing, this united Islam. Right, and then he came back here, was like, this ain't the way.
Right.
And they were like, what the fuck you talking about?
He saw Khabib in them. In the mosque and shit. He said, man, this ain't it.
Right.
Brother.
Right.
He seen the brother.
He said, I was over there with them niggas, man. They was smashing everybody.
Smash.
No. But,
Nigga like, man, if you don't sell these bean pies and shut up, nigga, put on this bow tie.
Right.
Nigga.
But so basically, because there was a speech when he says, when I was with Islam.
Yeah.
All right, so he was breaking away from that, and half the nation was going to go with him.
Right.
And what else had happened in that time? He had met the elders, and he made the speech about the Valley of the Dry Bones. He started speaking about we the Israelites. That's really what it came down to. So it's like, wait a minute, this dude against Islam, and he's talking about the dry bones, and now he getting ready to get this nigga Martin Luther Queen to stop giving his cheek to get smacked on the other side too?
Right.
Oh, hell no.
Get him up out of there.
Put 2 in this nigga.
Right.
And that's what they did.
Get your hand out of my pocket.
Right, exactly.
That shit was bogus. And the opening scene to that, what happened? Well, not the opening scene, but when he first got his flicker, the truth, It wasn't from Islam. He went and cut that Edomite preacher about the Bible and the color of the Lord, which goes back full spectrum to what we opened up with.
Scriptures, man.
This brother, you had something, this brother from DC. Hey, get this nigga on the camera. This brother from DC, man.
Elder Malcolm was speaking about how Martin Luther King was putting all these false prophecies out. Jeremiah 23 and 25 says, I have heard what the prophet said that prophesy lies in my name, saying, I have dreamed. How long shall this be in the heart of the prophet come? How long shall this be in the heart of the prophet that prophesy lies? Yeah, they are prophets of deceits of their own hearts.
There it is, man. All right. So the Bible warns you that there will come a false prophet that would say, I have dreamed. We all know who that was, man.
Hello.
All right. So that wicked, he got his shine.
Right.
All right. And the Lord took him out, man.
Like the elder brother Kabata
And I think he was fruitful.
That legacy, oh yeah, he was fruitful, man. He's shaking hands with the Rothschilds. You know what they did.
Right.
Got that Alabama booty. I mean, hey, the scripture says even shameful to mention the things that they doing in secret, man. Look, this shit gotta come out, man. He didn't just get that Peace Prize making his way downtown walking fast.
Well, they give out peace prizes for no reason at all. I mean, think about it. They gave Obama the Peace Prize. He had just launched off like 16 missiles or something. He had just killed a whole bunch of people.
Right.
In the name of some bullshit.
Right.
To cover up more bullshit.
Right.
So that America can install more policy and bring that democracy grenade to more places, man. That's exactly what it was.
Right.
All right. And then so it's like, damn, you get a Peace Prize for firing off missiles.
How ironic.
You know, and then you get a Peace Prize right thereafter. What peace did he establish?
Right.
You just killed a whole bunch of Israelites that didn't do shit to you. That
goddamn
had
thing.
nothing to do with you.
Imperialism.
All right?
In the name of imperialism.
Just because they were probably sitting on something you want. Because that's been what America did, man.
Right. But you know what? That's good though, because that's gonna segue into the rulership. All right. The Prince of Peace. Okay. Yahushua, the Prince of Peace. Okay. The real what is it? The Peace Award, whatever the fuck it is. All right. What is the Peace Award? What you said?
Nobel Peace.
Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah, Nobel.
All right, well, guess what? The Prince of Peace is coming to restore peace on earth.
That's right.
And in doing
Real
so,
peace.
he's gonna obliterate all you fucking perverts and weirdos, man.
Done.
All right, you're gonna be purged out the earth, Esau.
Right.
All right. And the water, hand claps, man.
Hand claps.
The real Prince of Peace is on his way, man. You know. Fuck out of here, man. And that's what we awaiting, man. That's why our feet is on concrete, boots on the ground for Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. All right? Well, hey, man, hey, Barak Atah Yahweh Shem Yahushai, we've been called to be heralds of the kingdom of Yahshua.
That's right. With diligence, make your calling and election sure.
That's right.
Hey, the scriptures say, whatever thou findest thy hand to do,
Do
do it with all thy might.
That's
We
right.
ushering in the kingdom of heaven. Just like I say, this the last chance these niggas always got to be wicked, so they gonna be wicked as hell. And Yahshua, the brother Yahshua said, the flip side of that, this the last chance we really gonna get to fight for the Lord.
That's right.
And be righteous and
That's
preach.
right.
That's right.
Like, there ain't no captain in the kingdom.
Them doors right. You gonna get to the kingdom, put on your garment and go out.
No, Apostle Tom said that. He said, what you niggas gonna start a captain in the kingdom?
Right.
Hey, you gonna get right. Hey,
Bro, what you doing?
you niggas gonna be in the kingdom, cursing niggas out.
Right.
Trying to rebuke. Get the fuck out of here,
Got the
man.
microphone and shit.
It's like, right, man. Damn. Niggas, we got all the wealth, all the power, all the control. Now you want to go out and teach.
Right,
This our shot.
right.
It's decided right here.
Yeah, and
That's
those
right.
doors of mercy are closing too, man.
That's right.
This thing is close. I'm gonna tell you right
Right.
now. You got to remember that the fiscal year for America started already. October 1st starts the fiscal year. So they keep saying 2023 next year. The shit is already getting bad.
We already in recession.
All right? You got to remember, man, the grocery stores are operating off last year's supply.
That's right.
That's why
That's
so many fruits and vegetables are coming in bad already.
That's right.
You know how you would get them and then they would last you a couple days until you got to them and ate them.
Right.
Those shits don't have no shelf life, no refrigerator life at all, man.
Right.
Or you open up, I mean, man, over the summer, man, and going back, I would buy fruit, and it's brand new shit I just brought home. I'm opening up and it's already got bacteria and shit. No, I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, yeah,
You know?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I got some mango juice, not from concentrate. I got it from the hood, Pete's Produce, man. I open it up, it's mold all over the fucking lip.
Bro, why did they just say that? You know, you
I just said that about the apples, about Pete's. They go bad.
Stop fucking with Pete.
Because they be sitting. Because what's happening, and which is sad, because normally Pete's had good shit.
Hey, the elder gonna rebuke y'all about Pete's.
Yeah.
That's his spot.
No, hey,
They
look,
be having some good shit.
America's failing, man.
True.
It's simple as that. Like these guys is getting locked up. They tell you got triple life, 40 years. America don't got 40. They saying that R. Kelly gonna be in jail for the rest of his life.
No.
All right, or some bullshit like that. I'm like, well then that's gonna be short.
Right.
I got news for you. The jails don't have years left.
That's right.
They don't, man. None of
right.
this. All this gonna be gone in short years, man.
Very
right?
short. Very
right?
short.
I be on the phone.
I wouldn't be shocked if you gonna look from afar and you gonna see smoke plumes coming from down here. All these high buildings gonna be on fire and shit, man.
Man, rejoice and be glad.
All right.
Raining bodies.
I be on the phone with this nigga. No, he
You
was
gonna
my
hit them.
homie.
You gonna hear them exploding sounds. Bodies hitting the ground from 20, 30, 40, 50 stories.
A nigga,
Hit the ground. Body gonna bounce over there. You gonna get sprayed with shit.
They don't record them, but these dudes always
They
jump from
jump.
the fucking trunk,
Yeah.
especially from the trunk. That's that building
Go
proud.
up there, drink, get drunk,
That building proud.
get drunk. Had a goodbye
Really
cool
nice at the
world.
trunk.
Right. Motherfuckers jumping on the trains.
Yeah, niggas ain't jumping on the
Yeah, the
train.
blue line, the red line, they constantly.
Yeah, constantly delayed. Why is somebody delayed on the goddamn train?
And that's going all the way back to when we was on Van Buren.
Damn.
Because the dude Yashawan had a homie that was a train operator for CTA on the blue line, and that was way back then. He said almost every month there was white people committing suicide on the blue line, and the media wasn't covering that shit.
Damn.
Yeah, and so that was how long ago were we on Van Buren?
10 years plus.
Yeah, man.
That was like
So
that.
even back then, man.
Cause Yasharon been gone for like 7.
Yeah,
They been gone
out
for
the
7.
truth. He completely. They don't even do videos or nothing.
Them niggas was smoking cigars with some Muslim niggas out in Philly on fucking Instagram. Them niggas finished, man.
Listening to Freeway.
Listen to Fed some
What?
we might not agree on everything, but we is family.
Right.
And those niggas, that nigga Nazariah.
Big ass stove.
Stupid ass nigga, man. Wicked ass nigga. I can't believe this shit.
Fingers still
What's a
fatter than
Muslim
the
nigga?
stove.
Fingers fat as fuck. And he lost the weight. And his fingers still fat as fuck. Man, what's a Muslim, man? Hey, man, it's a fearful thing to fall out this truth, man. I done seen brothers really fall out this truth, man, and these brothers have too, man. It's scary, man.
Yeah, and go
It's
back
scary,
to what?
man.
Right, go back to
what?
What you going back to, man?
To what? Hey man, this earth is way more vexing every day, man. Hey, sodomy runs rampant, man. All right, sexual perverseness everywhere you look, man. You can't even fucking turn on Netflix. You can't turn on the Disney
You
Channel.
can't watch a cartoon.
You can't watch it, man. Your kids
That
getting
shit, that's the worst
indoctrinated
one.
Now
daily, man.
Now they putting the shit even in the video games, man.
Yeah.
Nothing you can do to escape it, man.
Fucking D-Wade's son. They plastering that motherfucking face everywhere, man.
Capo, I got
This is
something
a
for you.
fucking cesspool of wickedness, man. If you niggas ain't out here rebuking this shit, you off, man.
That's
Something's really wrong with you motherfuckers,
Everything is wrong with
man. Man, how about y'all try to look and judge you niggas, man?
Hey, they're accomplices to the crime, man. They're accomplices.
Go ahead.
If you ain't for it, you guys are accomplices to all the wickedness. That's why if somebody could put up second Esdras, this place has to get judged because of what's going on, man.
Expeditiously.
All right? Yeah, exactly. Yo, the Good Samaritan law. Remember they got Seinfeld's ass at the end of the show? Because they let that fat guy get rubbed? Well, you guys are watching. And you guys are watching all this shit done to the children of Israel, which is why the Lord's going to kill y'all.
Wait a minute, and you niggas ain't crying out.
No,
You're not crying out, man. All right, hey, that woman that gets snatched up when she's married, if she cries out, she's innocent. Her hands are clean in that matter. But if that woman doesn't cry out, you are accomplice in the matter, man.
Yeah, now that bitch grabbing ass.
She with it, right?
I like that bitch on.
She with it. Hurry up. He gonna be home soon.
This bitch on TikTok, when the dude got home, I was telling y'all a couple weeks ago, the dude got home, he caught him in acting. He would have really been righteous for dealing with him. even though we're in captivity, I don't condone that. Just leave the bitch and get a white bitch, preferably. But the adulterer right here, I don't even want to point to you when I say it, but the adulterer right here, the dude come in, the bitch standing in front of the dude calling the police like, you gotta leave. This nigga crib. This is nigga crib, and that's what you
so he came into his own house and he got the police called on him.
Cause he got called to act. The bitch jumping because he ready to get out on the dude, and she jumping in front of him. No, you gotta leave. You gotta leave. Calling the police and shit. And this bitch get caught like you can't do like that. Shit is so wicked and filthy, bro. If you don't move out of here, man, you a goddamn fool, man. I got something real quick. Pursuing what the elder was bringing out, and we was talking about these niggas that was once brothers that we knew. Right. All right. This is St. John 6 in verse 65. I'm gonna start at 65. And he said, therefore said I unto you that no man can come unto me except it was given unto him of my Father. So this is a gift.
That's right.
It said from that time, many of his disciples went back and walked no more with him. Then said Yahushua unto the 12, will ye also go away? Then Simon Peter answered him, Lord, to whom shall we go?
Where we gonna
Thou
go?
hast the words of eternal life.
Where we gonna go? You niggas never believed. You never feared. Where the fuck you gonna go, man? You gonna go get inoculated? You gonna go catch some shit? Intoxicated?
Go get a fresh tattoo.
You niggas are,
Yeah, them
man.
niggas got new tattoos and all type of bullshit, bro.
Your fucking linings got crispier.
Way crispier.
Hey,
Niggas got the card. Got the razor. You know, Jake.
You niggas, man. Lining was crispier
With John
after you
3:16
left,
on
man.
Right on the big part.
Right, man.
Put it on the biggest part.
You got the praying hands and shit.
With the
fucking
cross,
beads.
with the rose.
With the rosary beads.
Them
Barbara
niggas
going
wicked,
crazy
man.
on your shit, man. You
Love
niggas
mom,
do, man.
love mom on that bitch.
Dear
Love mama. I got some more. It said, then Simon Peter answered him, Lord, to whom shall we go? Thou hast the words of eternal life. And we believe and are sure that thou art Mashiach, the Son of the living power. Then Yahushua answered them, have I not chosen you 12? That's why the scriptures say many are called, but few are chosen, man. And one of you is a devil. He spake of Judas Iscariot, the son of Simon, for he knew it was him that should betray him, being one of the 12. And that's a scary thing, man. So, you know, Judas seen the miracles.
Come on.
He walked with the Lord. He broke bread with the Lord.
Come on.
And I'm gonna tell you, and he was smarter than anybody that was out here right now. If it came to being in the spirit, he probably was smarter than everybody. I mean, he walked with the Lord every day.
He was with the Lord daily, man.
But he still wasn't chosen. So it ain't about all this deep shit, you know. It ain't about being a fucking man, because he could have walked up on anybody. Look, bitch, I be with the Lord every day.
Come on.
It ain't about being a fucking man, man. It's about who the Lord picked. The Lord didn't pick that nigga, man, and that's scary as fuck.
And the Lord didn't pick you niggas that fell out. That's scary
That's
as
right.
fuck,
You know
man.
what? I'm just
That's
noticing that how everything's
birds-
out of this place because these birds are making a lot of noise, and normally birds are quiet this time.
Shit, they hit his pops.
That's, you know, you
They
hear all that
fired up.
noise in the background?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe they mad as hell too.
They
like,
fired
hurry
up.
up.
They
leave.
signed and crying.
But normally you hear that in the morning.
Yeah.
That shit is kind of weird, man.
Right.
They just
All right,
came
so,
over here.
you know, everything's out of its place. It's out of course.
Yeah, the scriptures say the whole
know?
creation is groaning. And it's waiting for the manifestation of the sons of God.
Right.
They complaining about
They
Esau.
complaining to the Father. The whole earth is complaining to the Father. The land of Jerusalem is complaining to the Father.
Hey, in Isaiah 14, the trees saying, I brought you out yesterday.
They got
with
the
this
trees in
demon.
prison.
We brought it out yesterday. Get that.
Right, they doing a bid.
The trees are in prison, man.
What the
He on
fuck
house
is this?
arrest.
Right.
He on house arrest. He got the black woman around
He got
him.
the house arrest going
Caged up. He in captivity, man.
Right,
Come
and,
on,
and
man.
think about it. The tree's roots need to grow.
Right.
His roots are surrounded by concrete and sewers.
Man.
All right, it's sewers there, so the roots are surrounded by concrete and sewers. So when the roots start going out, they start touching sewer water. Wow. You know, so how? Come on, man.
Yeah, this tree would be mighty as fuck if it didn't have this bullshit around.
Big
I
as
guarantee
fuck,
you
man.
that.
You know, house arrest.
He on fucking house
So,
arrest.
you know, everything is mourning, and this is a backwards kingdom, man.
That's right.
That's why Isaiah
This is a backwards
14,
ass place, man.
it says, since thou hast went down, when Esau go down, he said the trees say, no fella have come against
No
us.
fella, right?
Man,
Just,
it's the devil, man.
just destroying the woods, man.
right.
That was in a historical account that I read once, and I think it may have been the Jake that was on the Clark and Lewis expedition. I just remember reading it, but he stated that when the Americas were so heavily wooded and had so much trees and was so fertile, he said that a squirrel could travel from LA to California and never touch the ground.
God. My God.
Just going across, it can travel from LA to New York.
My
That was,
God.
if it was that many trees.
God.
You found, especially if it was on the southern path,
Right.
where it didn't have to go through mountains and shit.
Right.
But it was just saying that it was just so heavily wooded, you know, and so many animals and so many wild fruits and everything, and how beautiful it was.
Yeah.
When the days when you could go up to the water and just couple with your
Right.
hand and drink some and keep it moving. All
That's
right.
That's why the Northern Kingdom said, "Fuck this. We going over there.
Like that.
Going over there.
We going over there."
There it
All
is.
trees.
Yeah,
This
so
is how it was.
That's fresh air. You know, that's
Right.
real fresh air, man.
Maybe that's why Gad could run for miles like they did.
Yeah.
You know, it's
See?
testimony of Gad running next to horses.
Yeah.
Horse running a full out gallop.
Esau got all these damn buildings all over the place, made the earth look like scabs all
Yeah,
over.
man.
That's where they got that Avatar, that movie Avatar. They got that whole concept
Yeah.
because how life used to be, man.
That was completely robbery of Gad's heritage, man.
Yep.
And then you saw how Esau was trying to infiltrate.
Exactly.
Weak as hell.
Exactly.
All right, how they tried to bring Sigourney Weaver, wicked ass. And, right, how when they all went, and it made me think about how when we pray, how they all touched.
Right.
I was like, man, they straight ripping us off.
Yeah, man.
You know?
It is what it is. Fuck Esau. Fuck you. Fuck Avatar 2. All right. Fuck the Woman King. Fuck your new Black Panther. That
Hey
shit
man,
gonna be
if you
weak.
niggas watching Woman King, your mind ain't
Hey,
right.
God, no.
Yeah, don't even watch
Don't
my
fucking
page,
subscribe to
brother
me, man.
page. Definitely don't watch his page.
Straight up.
He prophesied of that bullshit movie when we
Unsubscribe,
was
man.
teaching in front of John Law School.
Unsubscribe, man.
You said it. They got the blackest bitch they can find. That bitch who always look angry.
Viola Davis.
Yeah.
Vince
Fuck outta here,
Davis.
man. The fuck
Right.
out of here, man.
Old unhappy wife ass bitch.
Mad as hell. I was just looking
Right.
at the comment boards
I just
on
feel
the
sorry for her husband.
You know she got a hot comb somewhere.
Wait, she got.
Oh yeah, she probably a bulldagger anyway.
She got a hot comb somewhere, man. This shit over with,
You
man.
niggas watching that one, and that's what I mean, man. This shit is. I did a lesson a little while ago, and it was based off a fucking song, but it was about America. You know that song? It's an old 80s song. It's always something there to remind me.
Yeah.
I don't care if you got $40 million. If you a man with a fucking brain, you can't be happy in this place, man.
That's right.
It's just fucking vexing. Your 5-year-old child can go to a school and get taught about so-called sex by some 30-year-old pedo, and you can't do a goddamn thing about it. And if you do, the so-called white man gonna lock your ass up.
I just saw a video where this Northern Kingdom mother was at
So
one of those
mad,
councils going in on the school board for having images in the textbook, you know, in the schools, and of sexual perversion. And she said, "Do you think that we would have nothing to say when we open up a book and it's got, you know, another man with his mouth on another man's penis?
Come on, man.
You know, for our children." And then she put them on notice that y'all all getting voted out.
This shit gotta go, man.
That y'all, you know, and that was right here in Illinois.
Come on.
Matter of fact, I say I'm gonna get around to it. You know, that was one of them TikTok videos. I just hit the save button, and then I just go back in and bam, and I just start clicking through them. Oh, this is the one today. All right. As a matter of fact, I got to get hot on that TikTok corner. I haven't been on there in a while.
This is Psalm 7 and start at verse 8. The Lord Yahweh shall judge the people. Judge me, O Lord Yahweh, according to my righteousness and according to mine integrity that is in me.
Hey, so what? Hey, because the scriptures say the Lord, he will keep the good deeds of man as the apple of his eye. You know, so that's why we come out here feet on concrete. This is a good deed. We're rehearsing righteous acts. You taking a stand against this place. The rest of you bitch ass niggas just ain't got nothing to say. All right, at this fucking madness, at this debauchery that the elder just fucking. I didn't even know that, man. You ain't got nothing to say, but you got everything to say against us. That's taking a stand.
Exactly.
Now, how about you, man? Shy, look and judge you bitch ass niggas, man. Go ahead, bro.
All right. According to my righteousness and according to mine integrity that is in me. Oh, let the wickedness of the wicked come to an end.
Man, let the wickedness of the wicked come to an end. Oh Lord, how long? You know, to the cities lay waste, man.
Right.
We gotta be out here feet on concrete, man. All right, this ain't a sprint. It's a motherfucking marathon, man.
It ain't no retirement.
Ain't no
plan
fucking
B.
retirement.
Ain't no contingency.
You know
plan.
what? Speaking of retirement, I watched a video about Chicago PD. It ain't looking good, man.
Let's go.
It ain't looking good. Yeah, it's getting ready to be a doozy in these upcoming months, man.
Yes, sir.
Now we know that when it get cold, you know, things tend to slow down a little bit. But I don't, man. 2023 getting ready to be something else.
It's
Even
gonna
going
be all
matter of fact, it's gonna be so bad. Even in the winter, that you're gonna have people out in the streets in the winter acting a fool, man. Because right now in Poland and Germany, they trying to find shit to burn. From Austria and Germany, they go into their parks and chopping trees and shit.
Hey, Gazprom, gonna cut them off, man.
So it's and those same issues are gonna hit here.
That's right.
All right, California, the deck is going up there. Matter of fact, they're expecting gas prices to be to that $10 mark by January, February, man.
Yeah.
So you know,
who gonna go to work?
Not I.
Can afford to go to work at that time.
And what's gonna happen to all these struggling truck companies? And not only that, they want to take all the side hustle jobs like Uber and Lyft and DoorDash and things like that and make them employees. And which is going to force those companies to shut down because that's why they operate the way that they do, so that they don't have to pay benefits and insurance and health. So they get ready. They get ready to remove it. Man, that's what's about to happen.
God.
So it's on its way down, man. Get Ecclesiastes 12:3 and 4. This shit is about to be dim out here. The window, it's dark outside. There ain't no hope.
Dark winter.
Matter of fact, you got videos with black women talking about living off grid and finding a dude that can hunt.
Yeah, all right, Keisha.
And let's go. All right, we gonna go to the woods and get a cabin.
Bitch ain't got no
You know,
ain't no eyelashes in the woods.
Talking about I can sew, I can cook, and I can garden.
Come on, man. Hey, this bitch been watching Love and Hip Hop for 6 years straight. 10. You think she get ready to live off grid?
But the fact that they even talking like that.
Right.
Yeah, it's, come on, man.
This is Ecclesiastes 12 and verse 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble.
The keepers of the house are your economists. They're going to be forecasting what? Doom and gloom.
And then what they've been telling you, that they're expecting, how many thousands of jobs they were expecting to lose? 170,000 monthly from this fiscal, from the year that started, from this time on. All right?
Go ahead.
And the strong men shall bow themselves.
And these politicians, they're being found out. All right? The current president or president, he's fucking through. The whole world knows he's through. All right? Hey, America has shown its weakness. Go ahead.
And the grinders cease because they are few.
And the grinding is going to cease. No jobs. All right? Less and less jobs, man.
Oh, yeah,
all right?
144,
hey, man,
right on the
that's
bus.
right.
Let's go.
Call all y'all about shit, y'all shine. Hey, the great reset is on
for mercy.
That's right. He can't have that white woman either.
That's right. But hey, it's a great reset getting ready to come. Everything going electric. Folks in them finna be on dirt bikes because they can't afford to slide around in their Tahoes and shit. Gas gonna be too much.
So what?
Hey,
They
them
gonna be
niggas
on
gonna
dirt
be riding
bikes?
by hitting people with machetes,
Yeah, man.
And then going back to run through their pockets while they
That's
laying
right.
there bleed, shaking and shit.
That's right. Go ahead.
And those that look out the windows be darkened.
Right, man. You gonna be looking. Is it gonna be a brighter day? No, motherfucker.
Ain't no hope.
Ain't gonna be no hope.
They
in these
getting up
streets.
where they used to go out and actually put boots on the ground to go fill out applications.
Right.
Now they getting up early in the morning to get online and fill them out with the same results. No jobs, man.
Nothing. You ain't getting hired. Go ahead.
You better know somebody that knows somebody.
You got it.
nigga.
That's
That know something about it.
yep.
And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low.
Right, man. Businesses going out of business.
You better go try to see if you can be an errand boy for one of these cartel dudes. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Right. Shout out.
Hey, they might pay
That's
you.
what most police
they,
do.
they might exactly.
That's what the
Hey,
police
look,
do.
man. When I was a bouncer, bro. When I was bouncing at 720, all right. When them Cobras were coming there, all them top Cobra dudes, all of them had girlfriends that was police officers.
Wow.
Badass Ephraimite police officers.
Wow.
Some of the baddest bitches was coming there packing,
Right. Right.
and they was with Cobra niggas.
wow.
All right.
Crazy.
It's crazy.
It's crazy than the fuck.
I'm going to throw a nigga out and she open her bags.
No, he's with us.
I'm like, I hate this.
And that's coming back. Oh, Salakia. All these migrants they letting in.
Ooh.
The real MS-13 niggas, the real, amen, them real satanic Hispanics.
Yeah.
Hey man,
They'll
they
chop
all through this
They'll
motherfucker.
chop you up from the feet up,
Yeah.
tie you from the tree and chop your feet
Yeah.
up first.
Oh, you
then
niggas.
chop your legs
Dump
off.
your ass in a bucket of ass.
Right.
Them
Let
niggas
you,
really
let you
gangbang.
bleed out
Oh,
when you
yeah,
ain't
sure.
when you ain't
Yeah.
got no more legs left. They let the pit bull come eat your meat.
Oh man,
Yeah.
we see
Them
them.
type cats, man.
Hey, yeah, hey, you niggas want to gangbang, especially here in Chicago.
They about
Some
to
real
show you.
gangbangers.
They about to
coming.
show you.
They coming, motherfuckers. Go
They
ahead.
here.
Yeah, they here.
Them niggas I was hollering at in the truck.
In the
Them
cartel.
niggas drove from Texas, man.
Yeah.
Them niggas was cartel, man.
Them niggas real. They here.
They
here.
Them tie you up to the shower curtain with the chainsaw niggas.
Yeah.
Chi get the yayo. Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes 12 and 4 from the top. And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low.
Salakia, you go right here in this Gold Coast. Go right on State Street. And ain't nothing left. It ain't nothing left.
They got pictures in the windows where
It's
used to
over
be stores.
Yep.
You see, if you turn around,
Police.
you see how they done covered up that window right there.
Yeah. That used to be a store.
You know they did it's stores like that all up and down major thoroughfares, man.
All through the Gold Coast. All through the most
All up
prominent
and down
shopping
Clark and
districts,
Broadway.
man. Yes, sir. Yes,
A lot
sir.
of business is gone. I went by Cycle Smitty's. It ain't even there.
Shit, this Starbucks
Right.
ain't there.
Yeah, the Starbucks.
Yeah.
The fucking Starbucks.
That Starbucks ain't. It's
That's
gone.
my
Hey,
man.
that's
I
Starbucks.
found
You
it
know
out
this
the
place
hallway
is
last
dirty.
week.
Starbucks gone.
It's fucking pumpkin
Brother
spice
found
season,
out
man.
yesterday.
Yeah, I went to go get me a tea.
Jake,
Man,
where did it go?
That shit
Right.
gone, man.
That shit wild.
Come on, man. Go
And
ahead.
he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low.
and music is garbage.
Trash.
Trap is straight ass. All right, unwiped ass. All right, you know that's how bad it is, man. All right. Hey, so with that, man, we gonna give all praises, all honor and glory unto Yahweh. What above the ball?